It was pretty crazy because I was still pretty broke at the time, and the guy says, yeah, so now we got to charge you with assault because I have to explain cutting my knuckles. I'm gonna have to go get this sewn up at Bellevue. And so I'm thinking, it's 6 cops and me, it's my word against theirs, and I'm gonna be facing assault charges against the policeman. You could go down for, 10, 15 years for that, no problem. But luckily, there were a couple of witnesses, and so I got a lawyer and spent, all the savings I had on the lawyer. The lawyer brought in the witnesses. I went back to LA, then went back to New York to go to my first appearance, and my lawyer said, yeah, well, we have 2 witnesses that say that he gave himself up and the police tackled him and he didn't insult them. And then so you think, well, that'll be the end of it. But because they're so sadistic, they just didn't initiate what's called grand jury action, meaning that it's decided whether they're going to press charges. And then for months, you have to keep appearing every 2 months in order to be there, or else you will be, what's the term? You'll have a warrant out for your arrest for failure to appear. And so, this is racking up money, and they have no intention of pushing the case forward because they're lying. And by the way, while I was in jail, and then, I was diabetic, so they had to take me to the hospital because they didn't give me my insulin. I was handcuffed to the bed. The doctor came in and looked at all the bruises all over me and said, how did that happen? And, I explained, I was like, these guys guard the room right now, and he took me to get an x-ray. But then I noticed also that when the nurses came in and looked at me and they were filling out forms, the cops were whispering to them. So when I got out of jail and I wanted to go get my medical records, I went and got them, and it said that I had no lacerations, no abrasions, no discoloration. The cops told the nurses to do that, but they didn't know that I had been x-rayed, so I was able to ask for that separate x-ray thing, which said, the patient has extreme bruising on his chest. I want to make sure he doesn't have any broken ribs. This is what the doctor was saying. So luckily I was able to have that, but you see that, it's an absolutely corrupt system, which is why I've made so many images about the abuse of power, because I've witnessed it firsthand. And I'm from the South. I'm all shucks polite to these people, It's not going to get you ahead to be belligerent. So I always say, yes, sir. I'm respectful, but this is what they do anyway. So, yeah, there's a rosy story for you. Great question.